Good evening. This is Pushkar here from Mobango. Uh, so before going on into what Mobango actually is and what it does, I'll just start with why actually Mobango exists. So basically, these are some of the challenges we saw which developers face while they develop their applications. So okay, to start off with, any developer who makes any application, first things, where do I publish my app? I mean, there are so many apps coming up, everyone's building one, and where do I publish my app? The second is maybe where do I distribute my app to a wider audience? So maybe it's a BlackBerry app, it's an Android app, it's a Java app, Symbian app. So where do I distribute? Because I want to distribute it globally to thousands and millions of people maybe. So do I do it economically? So is my application distribution cost going to supersede my application development cost? So maybe invested the last penny in building the application. Now how does it distribute it very economically? So next is do I get good featuring? So will my application be on the first pages? Will my application will be featured, or will it just go on the second and third and 13th and 1300 page on our app store? So will it get the right exposure? So how do I monetize? So I put in some money into building the application. So I want to earn something. So I didn't build it for charity. So how do I earn the money now? And then do I monitor the success of my app? So it's great to know your audience, where your applications are being downloaded, who likes your application, so that the next time you build up application, you can promote it to the right audience. So these were some of the challenges we saw. And to highlight it more, I'll just go through the distribution bottleneck. So there are n number of developers today, maybe 2 lakh developers plus maybe, and there are 500 million plus application downloaders. So Apple, of course, is still a high-end niche. New immature initiatives by other smartphones vendors and operators, of course, keep on coming. So there's an issue wherein there's development cost versus distribution cost. Distribution cost might be much more than the development cost if there is no proper distribution channel. So existing app distribution methods are like advertising the app to the customers through advertising channels. So directly put a banner of the app on a mobile, let a person click, and maybe it's a CTD, it's a click to download. The app is downloaded without the knowledge of the user itself, and then the user doesn't use it. So there's no conversion, there's no lead generation through the app. So Mobango's mission actually was to create a community of app lovers, which is what today it is, where we are trying to reach. It's a long path. We have started somewhere. So introducing Mobango, application discovery platform. We don't call it an app store, we call it an application discovery platform. So what is Mobango? Mobango actually is a mobile application discovery platform which supports, it's an independent platform which supports Java, Android, Symbian, RIM, iOS, Flashlight, almost each and every kind of operating system you have heard of. It's free, it's completely free, it's a free app store, and it's global. Web, mobile, social media community. So on Mobango you can share your apps. There's an option to share your apps, there's an option to distribute apps through various different platforms in various different ways through the community itself. So there's an option of sharing to the community, or there's an option to share to the Facebook community or any other social network community. Mobile app, games and content marketplace. High volume of daily downloads. So there's a good volume of daily downloads which we give through our community. This community is built up as an app community and not something like a social community. So for example, a Facebook community need not be exactly a app lover community. So this community is actually the community which downloads app, comes to Mobango, and they are registered on our store completely. So segmentation by geography, platform, device. Yeah. Okay, so we have 8 million users and it's increasing. 7 lakh to 1 million downloads daily. 1 lakh plus apps. million plus content pieces. So Mobango essentially doesn't only have apps and games, it also have videos, it has wallpapers, ebooks, ringtones, and all sort of content available for all kind of users across all OS. So we have around 8 million unique visitors per month, which is a there's a high repeat usage. This is how Mobango is actually structured. So there are global users. There's India, US being a major share, Europe, Southeast Asia, South Asia, and rest of the world. Again, if you see the bifurcation of smartphones, there's iOS, RIM, others which are small, but there's a big Android component and a Java component. So this is the catalog. Can I have some water, please? Okay, so I'll come to the point now. So what I'm talking about. So it's enabling app discovery. So Mobango has various way of featuring apps to its community. So there's some part called featuring apps. So there's a section where we have the best apps which we feel are innovative, are somewhere distinguished. Okay, then we have a product called Mobango Showcase. Mobango Showcase is a completely uh, owned by a developer. So, for example, a developer has some 5 to 10 apps or 20 apps or 30 apps. He can have his own domain, own URL where this all apps are hosted, and he can simply advertise this through the URL to any of the channels. So he can send this URL directly to the user, and all of his applications can be seen on a single web page. So that is one of the way we promote. Then there's recommended apps. So recommended apps are again apps which we feel have a utility factor, novelty factor, or some kind of freshness. So these are again displayed on our site in a recommended area. Search downloads. So 40% of our downloads happen through search. So this is most of the organic traffic coming into our site, which is almost more than 40%. Community recommendations. So as I said, Mobango is a community. So 8 million users. These are all registered. This all come to the site, they download, they share within themselves. So there's something like a WAP locker. So WAP locker is a 2 GB of space available per user. So if I like an app, I can put it into the WAP locker and I can share it with any of my friends on Mobango. So now that app might be an Android app, but that has a compatible BlackBerry build, and my friend uses a BlackBerry. If he tries to download the app, he will get a BlackBerry build. So this WAP locker actually acts like a delivery agent. Then we have mailer promotions. So we do mails. We send out mails to our users, to 6 million users, recommending them the best apps we have, the fresh ones, the new ones, the top downloaded ones. So this is just to show you what is a showcase property. So showcase looks like this. Click on showcase, and this is a HeroCraft special. HeroCraft is one of the biggest game developers. So this is the HeroCraft special. This lists all games from HeroCraft on a single page completely. So then we have something like a PPD. So PPD is again pay only for your downloads. So we don't ask users to pay for clicks, impressions, or anything. We just ask them to pay for only downloads. So there is very minimum cost involved in distributing your apps. So these campaigns can be created by the users themselves. They can target a specific country, they can target a specific device, OS, and also a daily bid. So if it's a $100 campaign, they can say, okay, fine, $10 a day, post which we won't spend more for them. So PPD ideally works in this way. There's a developers and the service available through Mobango. So there's an upload on Mac. Mac is the area where applications and games are hosted. Then the user can actually, the developer can actually specify targeted downloads, countries, devices, web, mobile, whichever ways. If he wants to run a campaign on web, he can do. If he wants to run a campaign on mobile, he can do that. So Mobango adapts its traffic generation scheme to the developer's needs. You can set PPD per country and device. So Mobango algorithm computes a ranking based on your bids, download rates, and gives you a proper placement. You can set a daily budget, follow campaign events on Mobango. So there's an analytics suite wherein you can actually see, okay, my application was downloaded, so fine. So where was it downloaded? Which country? By which users? Which handsets? OS? Each and everything per day. You can understand that. This is the analytics suite. So in-depth analytics for developer, impressions, views, downloads by geography, device, and by date. They can have multiple campaigns which they can track, and they can export to a CSV and analyze that. So some of the app success stories we have UC browser, we have Keep, we have Opera Mini browser, Nimbus, all of them almost above 1 million downloads through our store. One conclusion I wanted to make. So for developer, what Mobango is, it's a one-stop distribution channel for all operating systems. You can publish, distribute, promote, and monetize through a single destination. He can create, manage your campaigns himself the way he wants and track them. There's an ad wrapper solution to monetize completely free apps. So Mobango gives him a complete service. It allows him to publish app, distribute the app, monetize on that through ad wrapper. So it's a free app, but there's adware inside through which he can generate revenue. So that also Mobango provides. So creating a micro app store for all your apps. So I have 100 apps, so I can create a micro app store myself, which has all my apps according to the way I want them to be listed. Multiple featuring possibilities, just as I said, featured, showcase, recommended area. Track the growth of your apps by geography. So that's the analytics suite where you can actually check out, okay, what's happening with my apps, which are the regions which are actually downloading my apps. So the next time he does a campaign, he can do the campaign in that areas itself, so he gets a better revenue. Yeah, as you say. Sure. It was the last slide anyway. That's okay. Fine. Okay, so what's in there for the user actually? For a user, it's a single destination for all your content consumption. Maybe it a wallpaper, a ringtone, or whatever it is. He gets everything for any OS. So it need not be that he's an Android user and tomorrow he buys a BlackBerry, so now he goes to a BlackBerry app world. Earlier he was used to going to an Android marketplace. He can still continue being with Mobango. So you can discover apps on the web and download on mobile through App Locker. So for it might be good for Android phones which are big, but a lot of other phones which are smaller screens, it's difficult to actually search apps. So what we allow to do is you can come to our website, you can search the apps, whichever app you like, you send it to the App Locker, go to your phone, click on the App Locker, download the application. So search becomes a lot easier actually. Search the apps you like on Mobango community or social media. Subscribe to your favorite app developers and get updates on new developers. So there's a HeroCraft. I like HeroCraft apps. So what I say, subscribe to HeroCraft. The next time, whenever HeroCraft has an app update, it informs me your developer has a new app. Why don't you download it? No need to register for downloading. It's free. It's a completely free app store. There's nothing paid on that. So this is some PR. So we were named top 10 app stores. So we were somewhere around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th on the list. With
Can we go on to the questions now?
Sure.
I would like to ask you one question. We have actually come across a lot of presentations. I don't know whether you were present or not in the morning sessions. Similar kind of solutions were there which were presented to us. Some with a little bit of innovation, some not necessarily Me Too solutions.
Yeah.
How do you think, what is the sustainability of this, the solution of yours in a longer run?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. See, actually, even we thought of that 1.5 years back. So what different are we from any other app store? So that's the reason we started working on app discovery. The whole idea was forming a community of app lovers. So what we are doing is we are actually creating a community which works together with us, which comes to our site on a day-to-day basis, which shares applications in between them so they know each other. So it's very easy tomorrow. So once I get an app tomorrow, its distribution is very easy for me. Just just send it to the community and it will revolve around them and get downloaded. It's not like I want everyone to come to my app store the way it is today. So for you downloading any app, you have to go to Android Marketplace or iOS or something, and you have to download. So we are moving away from that. We are saying fine, no need to just come to our app store. Apps would be also delivered to your doorstep. So that's a different approach we are taking.
Can
So
you
that-
explain some of the communities? Like if you're talking about certain genres, right? You're saying there are communities around maybe healthcare or education or something.
We,
You
we
have,
see we call them app lover community. That's it. Why I will tell you, because we even checked out with Facebook. Facebook, we thought it's a big social media. So why not have something like a share on Facebook, like on Facebook, comment on Facebook? Will that add value? Ideally, not much, because what we understood is Facebook is a social media community where people like to talk. This is not the community of app lovers who want to download apps. We have to build such a community. We have to build such a community which exists, which will have to form slowly. So we can't just take this community from a Facebook or a Twitter page or something like that. So you'll see there are small communities on Facebook, Twitter. So there might be a community called app lovers maybe. There might be a community on Facebook itself. But that's fine. These people actually don't download those apps. They are actually there to, talk, debate, exchange ideas, share views and stuff like that.
but I think there's a lot of clutter there also. There's a lot of clutter of apps. There's 1.4 million apps out there, right?
Where?
Across the 1.4 million apps across the OSs, all the different OSs.
Yeah, of course, must be.
And
Certain.
there's also a lot of communities. LinkedIn, for example, I use a lot of
Yeah.
LinkedIn communities, but there's too much clutter there.
Yeah,
You
so we are forming a different community which is only an app loving community. This community
Okay.
doesn't do anything else.
Right.
This actually comes to our store, downloads apps and shares it. So we also understand the patterns. We understand how many people are sharing apps. So
But how-
these are the people we send the apps to.
Mhm. So you're doing a lot of local development, obviously. Local
We are
communities.
trying to understand the audience and put them into different buckets. So we understand, okay, fine, this kind of people are actually more interested into the Android platform. So make a bucket. So maybe a BlackBerry, maybe an Android, this type of things. And then combine all together, that will be your community.
So how many have you got now? How many communities?
We have 6 million users, out of which I could tell you we could have somewhere between 3 to 4 million active users. So this are by saying active, I mean they at least downloaded one app or at least logged into our site in the last 1 month.
You said global, you've got a lot more users than in India, right, at the moment, or
No, as I said, US and India is almost similar.
almost similar?
It's almost 25%,
Right.
and the rest 50%. I could say 15 is Europe. Rest of world could be 15. Yeah,
Are you part of People's, right? People's Group? You part of the People's Group?
yeah. It's a part of
Portfolio,
People
right?
Group.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mobango is a part of People Group.
So has there been integration across the platforms? Shadi.com
No, see,
and the other.
People Group had another arm which was Moj.
Yeah.
So Moj was into premium content distribution. This is completely opposite side. This is free content distribution. Here monetization is a big question. For Moj it was a different thing. It was about delivering the application, getting downloads for them.
So who's paying here? So what's your business model again?
PPD, paper download. So HeroCraft, for example, comes to us saying that, okay, fine, I have a new application. Why don't you distribute it? We say fine. So we give them some good downloads. Post which they say, this is good, but we want to achieve something more. We want it to be sent to more users. We want more downloads. So for that we say, okay, fine, you'll have to pay us for each and every download. So that could be a bid. So there's a bidding mechanism here, wherein it could be a global bid, it could be a bid across various countries, various handsets. As you want, you can create a build and you can start a campaign. So this is the actual monetization area.
It sounds like crowdsourcing of content, of apps
Sort
in a
of,
way.
yeah.
in a form. What about ads? Are you also focusing a lot on the ad model?
Ads model, see, we don't, we have our own wrapper. So tomorrow if there's a developer who says that, okay, fine, I want to monetize on my app, I'll make it free for you. So we say, fine, we'll integrate ads into your game, and there can be a revenue share negotiation. Or for other developers who want to make money directly through their apps, through their free apps, they can have integration through ad networks. and they can monetize. We don't ask for a share through that. We just distribute free of charge. Yeah.